All right, everybody. What's going on? What's going on? We are here on a Tuesday afternoon. I appreciate you guys tuning in for the live stream on YouTube and Facebook. And just like the video on your way in to make sure that this gets pushed out to the algorithm and people can keep abreast to all of the news about travel. Yeah, I've been reading the dictionary, guys, so I'm going to be using some big words. But if this is your first time here and this is the first time you've heard my voice, seen any of my content, my name is Jay, and my YouTube channel is called Trippin with Jay, and we focus mainly on travel vlogs and live streams to help inform you of everything that's going on in this crazy world about travel and making sure that you are an informed traveler when you go. So, got a few folks in here already. Shout out to you guys, appreciate it. And let's get started, man. I really want to get down into it because we do have a very important story coming up momentarily. It's not going to be a long stream today, but the chats are open, guys, and super chats are welcome. And let's interact with each other, man, because you guys know what the main topic is. Let's start a conversation right now, either in the live chat or in the comments of this in the replay. So let's go ahead and jump right into the travel advisories for U.S. citizens. Okay, so we got a couple of changes here. We have good old El Salvador has been changed to level 1. So El Salvador is safe to visit. If you guys didn't know already, El Salvador is actually really safe now since the president started going after all of the criminals and gang members in El Salvador. Is actually pretty safe now. It looks like Kuwait, Kuwait, bro, in the Middle East is now a level 1, exercise normal precautions. And damn, man, Ghana got raised to a level 2. So let's find out why Ghana was raised to a level 2, and then we can move on to the next news story. Hopefully today when this loads, because we do it live. Come on. It's a government website, man. We have no idea what's going to happen with our government. So it looks like Ghana is at a level 2, and it is updated to reflect threats against women travelers and increase risks in specific regions. And even if you are a woman traveling, it's ideal just to make sure that you kind of keep your head on a swivel, just to ensure your safety when you're traveling literally to any country, any city, any state. Just make sure that as a woman, you have to make sure that you are kept safe. We definitely want to protect our women out here. Exercise increased caution in Ghana due to crime and violence against women travelers and lesbian, gay, and bisexual travelers. Some areas of Ghana have increased risks. Read the entire travel advisory. No, I'm not going to read that. But the regions to reconsider travel to is the Upper East region, Northeast region, Upper West region, and the western portion of the Savannah region, all areas west of the N12 highway that shares a border with Burkina Faso and Ivory Coast due to civil unrest and crime. So guys, Ghana is relatively safe, man. I really take a lot of these travel advisories with a grain of salt, but the most informed traveler is the best traveler. So as long as you are aware of the travel advisories here, it's going to make you a much more informed traveler. Okay, let's move on to the second story, man. It gets pretty interesting, man. It gets pretty interesting. So the story here is another U.S. tourist arrested, or another U.S. tourist tried to access one of the most isolated tribes on an island called North Sentinel Island. And if that does sound familiar to you, you may have seen the documentary on YouTube about an American that tried to go to North Sentinel Island to spread religion to the island. And unfortunately, he was captured by the people of the island and unalived. So that all of that is actually a documentary on Netflix, which is why this story interested me, because you would think if this guy here saw that documentary on Netflix, why would you try to do exactly what that guy did that got unalived? So let's I have a video, but I wanted to bring up the article so you guys kind of know what this is about. So US tourists arrested after allegedly attempting to contact world's most isolated tribe. And an American tourist has been arrested after allegedly traveling to a remote island in the Bay of Bengal that is right near in India. I think it's a property of India, Bay of Bengal, and attempting to contact one of the world's most isolated tribes. Damn, man, that name. Okay. 24 made the illegal voyage to the North Sentinel Island, home to the enigmatic Sentinelese tribe, on the 29th of March. Okay. Since we have like the premise of the story already prepped for you guys, we got the news story right here. Shout out to CBS News Chicago. Let's go ahead and take a look and figure out how dumb this guy is.
An American has been arrested in India, accused of traveling to a forbidden island in hopes of making contact with the world's most isolated tribe. The 24-year-old was found to be carrying a coconut and a can of Diet Coke when he arrived on the island in the Bay of Bengal.
Yo, Diet Coke is crazy. Not even like, you're not even gonna bring them the best version of Coke. Like, bring them the full, like the Mexican Coke, bro. Why are you trying to bring them Diet Coke?
He made the illegal voyage to meet the people there. That tribe has rarely interacted with the modern world, and all outsiders are banned from traveling within 3 miles of the island. Back in 2018, an American missionary was killed by that tribe after landing illegally on the beach.
Yeah, she even mentioned it. It's crazy, man, to think about if somebody goes to the island before you or attempts to, and he's unalived, and you're like, let me bring some Coca-Cola. Maybe they'll recognize Coca-Cola as a brand, and I should be okay. Bro, what? Bro, that's crazy. Like, what type of logic is that? That's crazy logic. If someone was unalived before you went to the island, and you go to the island that someone was just unalived at like a few years ago, and the documentary is detailed on Netflix, bro, yeah. This guy deserved it, bro. This guy deserved to go to jail. Bringing him Diet Coke, bro. Come on, man. That's trash. That's trash. Okay, let's go on to the next story before we hit the main story, and I want you guys to participate in the chat when we hit the main story so we can start a conversation. The next story is something kind of hilarious in my opinion, and also kind of baller at the same time. It is about it's about how you can enjoy something that is very exclusive, right? So there is an Asian restaurant called Din Tai Fung. So they mainly serve Xiaolong baos, XLBs. So it's like let me show you guys what it kind of looks like. I don't know what it's called, bro. XLB food. So it's Xiaolong dumplings. So they specialize in dumplings at Din Tai Fung, and it's supposed to be extremely good. Yes, Din Tai Fung. That's crazy that it's one of the first things that pop up. What is the most famous Din Tai Fung? Din Tai Fung's Xiaolong Bao. So that is the most famous thing that they have at the restaurant, and that they're known for it. So now, I guess apparently Shake Shack wasn't enough with being served on first class with Delta, but now you can enjoy Din Tai Fung's signature dishes aboard this airline. If you are an Av geek, you probably guessed it by now. It's EVA. But scoring a table at Soup Dumpling Institution Din Tai Fung anywhere in the world comes with hurdles. We have one here in Vegas, guys. It's very difficult to get a table there. Not impossible, but it may be waiting for your number to pop up on the screen outside Taipei's 4-story Zhensheng branch, queuing up outside the Santa Clara, California one, or fighting for an online reservation at midnight for the New York City outpost. But there's one way to seamlessly enjoy your private meal on board the airline EVA Air. The partnership between the two Taiwan-founded companies is more than 2 decades old, with Din Tai Fung's first meal served on EVA Air flight on that date in 2002. Wow. But many travelers only became aware of the perk last week when the Taiwanese carrier showcased a reel from San Francisco. Okay, let's see. We need to know more. Like, where are these flights coming from and where are they going? Right? So the restaurant specialty dishes are available to EVA Air passengers in business class cabins called Royal Laurel Class and Laurel Class on select routes. These routes include long-haul flights originating in Taipei, obviously, to Seattle, to Houston, and Vancouver, and as well, okay, LA. They got LAX, cool, and San Francisco. I don't know who's going to San Francisco these days, but the meals are offered on regional round-trip flights between Taipei and Japanese destinations, Narita. Wow, I've never even heard of some of these airports in Japan, but cool. I thought that was kind of like a baller moment because if you know Din Tai Fung is pretty exclusive and kind of difficult to get in there, and for them to serve the same food on the plane, I wonder if any like YouTuber has went on this before. Let's see, man. Probably, bro. They do it for the content, man. Let's search YouTube real quick, bro. Let's see, Din Tai Fung, EVA Air. I'm just curious. I don't think I'm gonna watch it, but okay, so they do have it, right? Nah, I don't see it. Wow, so no YouTubers have. Oh no, right here. Talking about Din Tai Fung. Just want to check it out real quick. We'll just go through the video here. Cause it's crazy if you think about it. Dumplings on an airplane. So it's like a hamburger on a cheeseburger on a plane. It's absolutely crazy. I don't see it here, man. Whatever, bro. It's fine. Let's move on to the main story, man. I know you guys been waiting, man. So let me kind of preface it a little bit. So recently in the US, if you guys have not been aware, there has been a lot of turmoil in the government since we had a new administration get voted in. But this new administration is impacting a lot of people that are traveling, especially when people travel abroad, right? So lately there have been stories of people traveling abroad and then coming back to the US and meeting a border agent that asks to search their phone, right? So our life is basically on our phones. So when I saw these types of stories, it made me think, like, is this even legal? Like, if you're a US citizen, is this legal for a border agent to search through your phone? Like, you have, unmentionables on your phone, right? And this literally opens your phone up for them to see everything. And I just hope that, I know it's legal because they're doing it. So let's check it out. We got Ozzy in the building. What's going on, Ozzy? Ozzy, what's good, brother? Appreciate you coming through and checking in with your boy. So I want to watch. I have a few videos from YouTube kind of like pre'd up here, and I want you guys to actually discuss, is this legal? Do you think it should be legal if it is legal, right? For border agents to go through your phone when you come back to the US with you being a US citizen. I think that's mind-blowing. So let's go ahead and watch this, man. I'm very curious as to the reasoning why this is going on.
So I'd like to welcome in now immigration attorney Saman Nassiri. Saman, thank you so much for your time. From your perspective, what is now happening to U.S. citizens at the border when they try to re-enter
Oh, my bad,
after
my
leaving
bad,
the
my
country?
bad. Let me run this back. I gotta switch the screens. My bad. There we go. Hey, we do it
Saman,
live.
thank you so much for your time. From your perspective, what is now happening to U.S. citizens at the border when they try to re-enter after leaving the country, and how has that changed from what was done in the past?
So from what I'm seeing on my side, I'm seeing more residents that are getting detained and questioned coming
Okay.
back into the United States. I personally have not heard from U.S. citizens who are getting detained
Okay.
or having issues, but there have been issues of U.S. citizens getting detained if they're traveling with someone who's on a visa or someone who's a resident, or they may have people living with them in the United States that are undocumented. So right now,
Bro, isn't it crazy? You guys see this? Like right here? Enhanced vetting. What does that mean, bro? That's like a corporate word for like covering up like, hey, I'm suspicious of someone that has legally existed here in the country for years and years, and they're traveling with the US citizen and they're coming back from a country that we don't have any problems with, but we need to make sure. We need to enhance our regular vetting process. This is crazy.
there is just a more extreme vetting process where you're seeing incidents where if a U.S. citizen is married to someone who's undocumented, they're living in that household, that can cause concern for DHS and Border Patrol now. So they're looking at everything now.
Okay, so you're saying it's happening more to residents. Is this happening to all residents trying to re-enter? Kind of what is the determining factor?
So they're looking to see if there's anything in the system that raises any flags. Tons of travel history, if there's any criminal history, family ties to the United States, how often they're going abroad, what countries they're going to. We're starting to see a rise in the vetting process with residents coming in who are in and out of the country so much where Border Patrol has to stop and count how much time they're spending outside the country to make sure they're maintaining their ties to the United States, and whether or not they're still admissible if they're trying to relinquish their residency status.
So what is your advice to residents or even potentially citizens who are traveling abroad upon their return?
If you're a clean record, if everything is fine, you don't have any issues. You shouldn't have any issues. If you are traveling abroad and there's a chance that you're going to be out of the country for more than 6 months as a resident, make sure you file for that permit to come back into the United States. If you have some sort of criminal history, get checked, speak to an attorney in your area and discuss what the options are. Make sure you're what's considered admissible back into the United States, because even if it's a gray area right now, they're going to detain you and let DHS figure out that gray area. So the best advice I can give is just know that they can go through your phone, they can go through your
did y'all hear that? So essentially, when he said DHS, so Department of Homeland Security, when they have to figure out a gray area, that means that it's a case by case basis, and there's no written down policy to handle these types of situations. So they can they can base off of someone's own prejudice. So it could literally change from human to human. So you can get someone that has no prejudice towards X, Y, and Z nationalities, and then that person shifts to another person that says, oh my gosh, these people, I got to check everybody from this country or that looks like they're from this particular country because of my bias already. So it literally depends on which border agent you get and your result from that. So they may deny you somehow or violate your rights somehow. And it's absolutely insane, man. If you're a U.S. citizen, they can't deny you coming back into the U.S., but they can sure search all your man.
emails. They can look at everything and see what you have going on. So just use caution.
And so you say they can go through your phone, they can go through your emails. Do people have any recourse there? What is your advice when it comes to that? Because I've heard of some people saying they're just deleting out apps, they're clearing out all of their text messages. Would you advise that?
You can if you want. I mean, it's the U.S. government. You have to assume they always know more than you think they know. But to be fair, checking texts and emails and WhatsApp messages. ICE and the border have done that for years. That is not something
true.
new.
Yeah.
There's been cases for years where they check people to see if they're working illegally in the United States, or if they're coming in under false pretenses. Maybe they're coming in on a visa, but they're actually coming here to get married and stay. They just didn't want to go through the longer routes. So that has been happening for some time. Just right now, it's being heightened and it's under a microscope because it's happening so much more often.
You know, and in the intro to this, you know, we talked about, you know, these high-profile cases of detentions, particularly when it comes to these university and college students. What more can you tell us?
I think they're done talking about so this next one here, this one's a little bit shorter. Damn, 34 seconds. It's a speed round. So it's basically from USA Today. Can Border Patrol go through your phone? Simply yes is the answer, but I'll be damned, bro, if I'll be shocked. But like, what, you want to see my phone? Like me? Bro, I'm a citizen of the US and I have residency in a different country. Like, bro, I'm a citizen. Like, let me through. I'm gonna read this. So U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers can go through your phone, including any deleted items on the device. So, guys, with certain phones like iPhones, for example, when you delete like photos, text messages, literally anything, it goes into a folder called deleted items, and it does take a certain time period for these items to actually self-delete. And they're saying that Border Patrol can go through that stuff. I didn't know that part. I know they can go through the stuff that's there. Okay, this is what they're not allowed to do. Officers are not allowed to go through your work email or whatever may be stored in cloud servers, according to Suzanne. Okay. A senior counsel at Harder Secrets and Emory. Okay, so that's a law firm. In immigration law. Okay, yeah. The Fourth Amendment protects against unreasonable search and seizures. We know that, right? But the line gets blurred within 100 miles of international borders. Interesting. At any port of entry, all of these searches are considered a reasonable search, so no warrant is required.
Bruh.
Whew. Yo, these are the gray areas that they're talking about in these news stories, and it's shocking, bro. It's shocking and it's scary because even if you're a U.S. citizen, all of those searches are reasonable searches. So they can go through your phone, but you can just say like, yo, that's my work email. You can't go through that, bro. And I don't even think they would care. They would still go through it. But this is insane. But they've been doing this for years, as the previous newscaster said. So it's only now that things have kind of been bubbling up with this current administration where things are getting pushed out in the media negatively. But they've been doing this for years under different administrations. So keep that in mind as well. Oh, that's it. That's it. Okay. One last video. A couple minutes. This guy is hilarious.
So now NBC5 responds, we're looking into your rights whenever you travel out of the United States and then back in at the border after a French scientist was denied entry into the United States earlier this month.
NBC5 responds, PJ Rendawa is here to explain what U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers are actually entitled to do.
Yeah, the answer may surprise you. We started looking into this after the French government claimed the scientist's phone contained messages opposing the Trump administration.
Ooh.
Bruh.
Hey, yo. Nah, you can't do that, bro. You can't have like messages in your phone like that and you go into the country. But it's kind of like low key. Is there are a lot of countries actually out there that have rules in place where you cannot criticize the government. So, say for instance, like countries like Thailand have this rule in place where you cannot criticize the king or the royal family of Thailand at all. Like, you will be arrested. But I didn't know that are we starting to implement that same rule for a president? That's crazy, bro.
Government claimed the scientist's phone contained messages opposing the Trump administration. U.S. authorities say that isn't true, but the scientist was supposed to attend a conference in Texas when he was turned away. The Assistant Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security, Tricia McLaughlin, posted on X the French researcher in question was in possession of confidential information on his electronic device from Los Alamos National Laboratory.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the funny thing is that I actually just started watching Oppenheimer yesterday, and Los Alamos is a laboratory where they actually experiment with a lot of nuclear, atomic bombs, and atom bombs, right? So this is a very sensitive location, but if he's coming into the country, how in the hell did he get that information from Los Alamos if he wasn't even he's coming into the US? So how was he able to get in possession of that information? So I mean, if I was a Border Patrol officer, I don't know how they figured out that this guy may be someone to question or to enhance the vetting process. But this is interesting.
In violation of a non-disclosure agreement, something he admitted to taking without permission and attempted to conceal.
Oh, bro, what? No, he did it to himself.
He claimed that his removal was based on political beliefs is blatantly false. According to U.S. Customs and Border Protection, CBP officers may search a traveler's mobile phone, computer, camera, or other electronics on rare occasions. It says in fiscal year 2024, just over 47,000 people had their electronic devices searched at a point of entry into the...
Damn, 47,000?
Bruh.
In 1 year? Yo, that's crazy. But I mean, that's staggering as a number, but as a percentage, 0.3%. Okay, that's not much.
The U.S. According to U.S. Customs and Border Protection, when an international traveler is going through customs, they can be referred for a secondary inspection with or without any suspicion of wrongdoing. At that point,
then you're leaving it up to someone's already pre-established biases against people that look different than them.
Their electronic devices may be searched. The search does not include items stored on the cloud.
So they can't hack the cloud, y'all.
Very interesting. So this is mostly international, not somebody coming to mess if you're flying as an American citizen back into the U.S. This has not been an issue.
I think it is anywhere where Customs and Border Patrol are allowing people into the country.
So that would include Americans.
That includes them.
Because this was a French citizen who was delivering this, correct?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, and so when it comes to citizens re-entering the country, the same rules do apply. Customs Border Patrol say all travelers, regardless of citizenship, are subject to inspection. And again, this includes electronic devices. So just some.
Even U.S. citizens is fucking crazy. What is going on, bro? This is why when I travel abroad sometimes I'm like, should I even go back, take this return flight? Should I just miss my flight and just never come back? Low-key what I did when I went to Mexico a couple years ago.
To prepare for and know your rights.
That is really interesting, yeah.
Bruh, how do we know our rights if there are no rights? Bro, oh yeah, everything's in the cloud, bro. Good luck. That's it. That's the only right that we have, according to these news stations here, bro. So I'm gonna turn it over to you guys, right? I'll turn it over to you guys, and in the comments section, I want you guys to just vent your feelings. Like, how do you feel about this situation here? Do you think that everyone should be subject to search when they do happen to come back into the US, including American citizens. Well, I'm gonna let you guys be the judge. I'll say my piece. I honestly think that US citizens shouldn't be searched, but I can kind of understand where they're coming from when it comes to people that may have sensitive information that pertains to the USA. But how do you know that, right? So you rely on people's biases, their own personal pre-established biases, to stop people and enhance the vetting of that person coming back into the US. So I get it on both sides. America's supposed to be land of the free, but on the other hand, you got to protect it. You got to protect the country's security, and with security comes with some type of additional control. So that kind of negates the freedom aspect of the US. So I do want to keep our country safe, and I love that, but you know, it comes at a cost, man. Living in this country sometimes, and this is just one of the times where it is coming at a cost, where you do have to give up some of your civil liberties for security for the country. So I get it, but let me know what you guys think, man. This was the main story, so I may clip this and post it as its own standalone video. But yeah, let us know, man. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is going to be the end of the stream, and appreciate you guys coming in. Shout out to my boy Ozzy coming in and showing love on the stream. And I want you guys to have a great rest of your day. And don't forget, we stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Different topics. Tuesday is about news in the traveling space. Thursdays is typically going to be surrounded on a great information about travel and or the financial portion of traveling. And then Saturday, we can talk about whatever we want on Saturday. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you like the video, and make sure you tune in every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday for some travel live streams, man. Some great information too, guys. So again, my name is Jay. You